goal on this season, and Jordan Smith with his first goal on the season. And we are to the Brisbane Rampage. Huge. Deep in this one, especially after this of the biggest rivalries in this team. Now, well, it might as well be love, and the Coast have everything to play for here, and I guarantee that they're from the coach first at the end of the first bit there to beat here. Exactly. Round to play, and the fixture next weekend will head down to the team of the bench. We are getting set for the second period. Just the goalkeepers matchup tonight. It's Thomas Munro once again in the net for the Coast. And once again for the Brisbane Rampage, Nick Novus-Sedlak, who is keeping the clean sheet so far. He's made a few great saves with the blocker. Munro as well has made a few brilliant saves, as he always does. And the two goals came, one on the power play. Jordan McTaggart was able to carry it across the blue line, just had too much time and space. And if you give a player of his quality time and space, he's going to go, he's going to score. And he hit the bottle, went bar down, and scored from the right-hand side, and Jordan Smith from the slot scored the first one in the first period. The players are back out on the ice. So far, it's been quite a physical match. A few big hits. Adler's throwing the body around for the Rampage. So is Ben Spillane, the head coach, as well as the Coast have been throwing the body around as well. Goris has been making a few big hits, as he is always known to do. We are getting set as the Rampage take the ice again. The barn is loud. The BTN crew is rowdy. They got the drum out. And we got me positioned right here in the middle of fans, soaking up the gas. Game. We don't play every game down here for the Rampage, but it is a small barn, very intimate atmosphere down here. The roof is low and the noise stays right down on the ice. The atmosphere inside the barn up at Boondall last night was absolutely electric in that game, and the game here tonight looks to be exactly the same way. Off to a great start. The Rampage fans are happy. We're getting set here for the face-off to start the second period. It looks like it's going to be Tish and most likely Owen Sobchuk for the Brisbane Rampage. Top lines are out there for both. So far, the only penalty has gone to Ruth for the power. Sobchuk's able to knock it back to Jack Connor. He's going to throw it into the zone as Goris tries to throw the body there, but bounces right off of Jack Connor. It is the Burleigh bar owners defensive line for the Rampage. Both Jack Connor and Derry Adler owning bars are down in Burleigh across the road from each other. As Jordan McTaggart brings it across the blue line, throws it to Sobchuk, who's got the dangles, and he throws it on net. Monroe's able to knock it down. As it's going to be brought up the Coast, taken across the blue line there. And thrown back into the slot, and it's able to knock away, but only as far as Goris, who scuffs on that one. And it's regained by Adler in the defensive zone. Thrown up there to Sobchuk. Sobchuk going to look to start something here as he's thrown it to Smith. He's got McTaggart to his left, drops it back to McTaggart, who drops it back to Smith, and that one's poked away up into the net, bounces off there, stays in the offensive zone for the Rampage. And Sobchuk showing the handles there as he's able to throw it into the slot. Shot on target, and Munro with a beautiful save with his chest and is able to freeze it, and both sides are going to get some well-needed line changes as we went almost 2 minutes, almost a minute and a half there without a break. And the second lines will come out. Face off in the Coast defensive zone here, and it's going to be Harley Anderson taking it for the Rampage. I can't quite see the number on the Coast player there, and it's won by the Coast. Anderson's able to throw the body there to keep it in the slot. Try to do cleared of the zone. Rampage able to win it back now. They've got maybe a 2-on-2 here as they're just going to throw it into the zone. Takes a weird bounce there off the net, but the Central Coast are able to regain as Bertosa is going to throw it back into the zone. Thrown back into the slot now. Rampage able to keep it in, but they're going to drop back. Only 2 on the forecheck now. As it's tied up here on the boards right in front of me here, and it's able to be taken away. And the Coast are able to throw it into the offensive zone for the first time. But only as far as the Brisbane captain, Harley Anderson, who's able to knock it away, but it's able to be regained there. Thrown into the slot and a shot, but that goes wide. The Rampage throwing the body around. They're able to regain the puck there, as Barnes will take it into the offensive zone. Barnes onto his backhand, throws it into the slot, shoots, and it's able to be knocked away before it gets to Monroe. Thrown up, and that's going to hit the roof, so that's going to be blown dead. One of the perks of playing in this barn is sometimes you will take weird bounces off the roof. I wonder what the over-under is before we knock a light out in this place. So it's going to be top lines back out there again. Sobchuk. And he's able to knock it back. Adler. He's able to keep it in zone. Sobchuk. Almost in. And we're going to have a break in play. 17:31 to go here in the second period. The Brisbane Rampage still lead it 2-0. Face-off taken in the offensive zone. Rampage unable to win it as the Coast are able to maybe buy themselves some breathing room, but only as far as Jack Connor. Connor to McTaggart. McTaggart shows the dangles there, but the Coast able to triple team him and win it back. Thrown into the defensive zone. Jack Connor's going to win it with time, but he's not able to make anything of it, as this could be something on for the Coast here. Thrown into the slot, and a messy play is able to knock it away. But the Coast still have it in the offensive zone. As that one's knocked into the corner. And Connor's able to throw it up, and now the Rampage looking to maybe start some kind of rush. There's a beautiful stick check away there by Goris. Was off balance and was still able to knock it away. The former Belgian international played on the top line of the Belgian national team, so you know that this player is legit. And it's thrown back into the zone as the Rampage will get some line changes. Still forechecking, but the Coast are able to break it out, but only as far as the Rampage defender. But it's one here back here by the Coast, and not able to really clear past the blue line. And a pass off the wall to McTaggart, but they're going to call a high stick on that. Not many players around him, but the referee's call is what we stick with. So we're going to have a face-off here just outside the Coast defensive zone. And the face-off is won by the Coast. They look to break out of their zone. And it's thrown all the way up ice. Appeals for icing, and they will get it. The drum is pounding here tonight as the BTN crew in full voice. One of the most unique atmospheres in Australian hockey. A very European football style atmosphere in here. Drums pounding. Fan. And Lane is shot in that to the net. And just Monroe is going to freeze. here in the second period. It's keeping the clean. As a able to be broken by the coast, by the ramp. The zone thrown on target. Nova Sedlak with a save, and the rebound shot. The one-timer is scuffed. And throwing the body around. The Rampage, as they are well known around this league for doing. And another high stick, but delayed, and they're going to let it play on advantage as the tape-to-tape isn't collected. And the Rampage able to work. Let's see if they can break it out of this 3-on-3 rush. Thrown into the corner now, and the Coast able to deal with it well, but only as far as Jordan Smith. He's going to throw it into the slot by the Rampage player there, and it's cleared out of the zone. John O'Bale is going to regain it in the defensive zone. And they're going to work here. And it's thrown up into the offensive zone. Falls to Sobchak. Sobchak, he gets through one, but only as far as the defenseman. And we're going to have a penalty called here. And it looks like it's going to be a slashing call here. And it's Goris who's going to the penalty box, the leader for the Coast leader in penalty minutes. He's got 34 on the season. This will be 36 by the time this one's over. And the Rampage 1-for-1 on the power play tonight. They'd love to make it 2-for-2 here and take a 3-0 lead. But as important as this game is in the implications of finals. And just confirmation from the arena announcer there that it is slashing for Goris. It's thrown to Sobchak. Sobchak throws it in, but Harley Anderson's skate is able to knock it away. Taggart throws it back to Sobchak. Sobchak thought about a point shot. He's thrown over to Barnes, but he can't collect it. And the Coast now maybe going to break it out shorthanded. 2-on-3 and only as far as Sobchak. And now here comes a break for the Rampage. 2-on-2. Sobchak throws it back. And that one's just going to be knocked around, and it's able to be regained there by Barnes. And Barnes is unable to keep it, as that one's going to be cleared away to Nova Sedlak, who's going to throw it forward. Tish tried to regain it there, but Sobchak able to knock it away. And Tish is able to get it back, and here comes the odd man rush. 3-on-2 for the Coast on the shorthand. Tish throws it on goal, and Nova Sedlak's able to knock it away. The Strongsburg, Ohio native, unable to convert there on the shorthand, and now here come the Rampage. Tried the saucer, but it's able to be knocked away, and Adler's throwing the body around, and he's slow to get up. And they're gonna, but the whistle was blown dead, as he is very slow to get up. It was a big hit there by Adler, who's been throwing the body around all season. And the train is gonna come out. We hope he's okay. The Coast can't really afford any more injuries this season. They lost Cale Costa last night to the concussion protocol from the hit that he took from Daryl Dunsford last night. Kuleshov is off on international duty over in Mexico City with the Australian under-20s, who had a huge win last night, actually, against Bosnia. And, they won 12-1 in their first group stage match. So a great start for the Aussie under-20s as he's able to get up there. We love to see that. And we just hope that he's okay. Now it's just up to the referees to figure out what we're going to do for the restart. 13-18 to go here in the second period. The Rampage lead 2-0. There's 43 seconds to go on the Goris penalty. One of the most unique and potentially hostile penalty boxes in this country. You're sitting literally in the fans when you are in the penalty box. They've got about 3 people wide sectioned off so you can sit down, but you are literally sitting in the bleachers with the supporters when you go to the penalty box. Not many places in the world like this barn in Acacia Ridge. A great place to watch a hockey game. Harley Anderson for the Rampage looking to win the face-off in the offensive zone. They've got Sobchuk and McTaggart back at the point looking for a one-timer potentially. And they've got still trying to figure out what's going on there. I think they're tending to the injured player right there. There's a quick break in play as the Rampage bench is wanting them to clear the ice so we can get going. They've just got to move him back behind the bench. I'm trying to see who that is who was taking the knee on the ice for the Rampage. I think that was Braden Costa, actually, who was taking the knee for them there, or Matthew Kopp, one of the two. They was just taking a knee on the ice, trying to slow things up so they could tend to their fallen soldier. We appreciate you tuning in on a Saturday night here in Brisbane. For those of you watching maybe here in Brisbane or live around the world, McTaggart. And a big hit there in the slot, and it's knocked away. Back to Barnes. Barnes can't control it, but he's able to keep it into the offensive zone by Sobchuk, who throws it over to McTaggart. McTaggart thought about laying it off to Barnes, but he's going to go over to Sobchuk instead. Thought about a one-timer, controlled it instead. Thrown over into the corner to Barnes. Barnes back to the slot. No one's able to get it. McTaggart not able to keep it into the blue line, so this should kill off the penalty potentially. 5 seconds to go before Goris comes back out. Let's see if the Rampage can do anything with it. And in fact, they cannot, as Goris is going to come back into the defense and potentially into the offense here as the switch in play. Goris is waiting on the blue line, and it's taken in front over to Goris. Thought about a shot, throws it to the slot, shoots in. That one goes high. And no, what a save by Nick Novosedlak that came high off the net. Here in Brisbane, both of the rinks have netting instead of the glass, so sometimes they take very weird bounces. It's great for the spectators, terrible if you're a goalkeeper, and now there's just an argument whether to see that cross the line. For those of you watching at home, if you see the replay here, it's taking a weird bounce. Novosedlak able to cover up. The argument from the Coast players is that it would cross the line. I couldn't see it from where I'm sitting, but the referee says no, so now it's a face-off for the Rampage in their own defensive zone. And it's thrown forward, and the Coast are able to regain through Kopp. The tape-to-tape goes wild, and Santilli throws the body around and regains it for the Rampage. Sobchuk with a shot from over the blue line, and a nice save there. Monroe saw it the whole way. And a big hit there. Santilli throwing the body around still. And it's kept in the blue line by Adler. And Kopp with a fake there, but he deked himself, it looked like, but he's able to regain. And now here come the Coast looking to set up a rush. And it's won back by Sobchuk, who's able to give it back to Connor. Throws it forward, but it's not able to be regained by Spillane, and that's going to be icing, so it's going to come back the other way. The Coast able to make some changes, but the Rampage boys have to stay on the ice. 11:25 to go here in the game. Our score is still 2-0 from the two goals from the Jordan Smith and Jordan McTaggart in the first period. They're going to get him lined up for the face-off. And the face-off is won here by the Coast. Thrown on net, Novosedlak able to punch it wide. One back by the Coast in the slot, and a beautiful save by Novosedlak. Both goalies flashing the leather tonight. That one's thrown up, and that one hits the roof as well. As some of the condensation comes down. No, it's not raining in here. For baseball fans out there, Tropicana Field in Tampa has the catwalks. Acacia Ridge has the disco ball. Just one of the other things that makes the Pacific Hockey League so beautiful. Thrown into the corner there by the Coast. And the Rampage throwing the body around. One hit, one back. Takes it back to the blue line, throws it around, and it looks like Bale is going to try and win it back there. And he throws the body around, and the Rampage able to recover. Barnes, but he loses it there into the slot. Not where you want to lose it, but it's regained by the Rampage. And Barnes takes it across the blue line, and here comes a break. Anthony Barnes shoots his goal! Anthony Barnes had a hat trick last night. Scores here to make it 3-0. Lighting the lamp for the 13th time on the season, and then throwing the body around afterwards. And we're going to see what's going on because the referee's talking at the scorer's table. So we might have some extracurriculars here as well. The goal will stand. And it doesn't look like there's going to be a penalty. Perhaps just a warning. John Bale with the assist. And Harley Anderson getting the assist as well, as now the Rampage look to break here. They could really break it open with another goal here. 10 minutes to go here in the second period. We're at the halfway mark of this game. As the Rampage able to recover to McTaggart, who the referee gets in his way there, and he's just going to have to dump it into the zone. But it's one back. The Canadian connection of Sobchuk and McTaggart. As McTaggart's able to keep it. As Santilli's able to keep it in the zone there, but it's one back by the Coast, who throws it around only as far as Sobchuk, but it's going to come out of the blue line for a quick reprieve for the Coast. Connor throws it to Santilli, dumps it off to Sobchuk. Sobchuk looking for someone, and it's one back by Goris. And he's going to throw it forward. And a hit there by Derry Adler. Who else? Wins it, and the pass is just too far in front of McTaggart, and we're going to have icing. I tell you what, coming back from injury last night, what an injection for this lineup that Jordan McTaggart has been for the Rampage. And a weird deflection into the slot, Nova Sedlak with the first save, and it's knocked out of the air. And a goal for the Coast. They desperately needed that. And that goes kind of cut the lead to 3-1. And it looks like it was Tisch, Mike Tisch, with his 15th of the season. He's knocked it out of the air. It took a weird deflection. Nova Sedlak did a great job to get the first one, but it was just kind of hanging there for him. And you're not going to miss those. 3-1 to the Rampage. And it's one there by Barnes. Barnes shoots. It's beautiful save there by Monroe. Didn't have much time. A weird loose puck in the slot. Barnes was able to throw it on target, but a great job by Monroe to get his pads down to save that one. There's going to be a face-off in the Rampage offensive zone. One back to Bertosa. Bertosa throws it on, and it's blocked in the slot. And a stick to the face of Barnes. And we're going to play on here as it's taken into the corner. And we've got a break in play. We'll see what the call is. And it's going to go against Barnes, actually. We'll see what the call is going to be. And he's going to get called for the hook. So the first power play on the evening for the Coast, and this would be a great chance for them to cut the lead to 1. And it looks like it's going to be a false start on the face-off, pardon. And we're going to try this again. It's won by the Coast. They're going to tiptoe across the blue line, and Sobchuk's able to knock it out, and it's been knocked back in, but apparently no offside is the call. As Goris takes it across behind the net, throws it in front, but he can't get it, and Sobchuk's got it now, and here comes a break. And Sobchuk's going to bring it back, in fact, just to kill some more time off this penalty, as it's going to get thrown in, and a shot from over the halfway line, a big-time slap shot. And it's going to get saved by Monroe. Frozen, so we're going to have a face-off in the defensive zone. Appeals for icing from the Coast players, but there is no icing when you're down on the power play. You would think that the face-off should be in the Coast defensive zone because it was a shot on target that got frozen. But it looks like they're going to bring it out to the neutral zone. 8:05 to go here in the second period. As the two captains will come in to talk about it and see what's going on. And in fact, it's going to be taken back to center ice. Tisch and Anderson with the face-off, and it's won back by Tisch. Thrown to Tisch. Knocked away by Anderson, but Tisch is going to throw it in around the corner. And it's unable to be gained there as the Rampage are going to throw it up to the defensive zone to kill some more time off this penalty, as this penalty is going to trick down to the 1 minute mark. Here come the Coast. And it's unable to be retained there. He had the hit lined up, couldn't finish it, as the puck's going to be thrown across. Back to Tisch. To Goris. Throws it on net, and a save by Novosedlak up in his grill, and it was knocked down by Costa, Braden Costa. And the high stick is called. And the face-off's going to come into the Coast defensive zone. The Rampage shorthanded would love to win this back to Betosa, possibly with a one-timer for John O'Bale. And the Coast able to win it here, and now they're going to try and break out. They've got an odd man rush 4-on-3. And it's won back by the Rampage, and they're able to throw it deep into the zone to kill some more time off this penalty. And it's thrown back in by Betosa. This should kill off the rest of this penalty potentially. Actually 8 seconds to go. Barnes is getting ready to come back out. It's carried across the blue line. Shot, and another high one saved by Novosedlak. And we're going to have a whistle called behind the net. And we will see what the call is. And it's going to be a power play for the Rampage. It's going to be Mitchell By with the penalty. Only 2 penalties on the year for him. That makes it his third. The Rampage on the power play here again. Face off, won back by the Rampage to Barnes. Throws it to Sobchuk into the zone, and that one gets tipped through, and it shoots, he scores! The captain, Harley Anderson, a loose puck in the slot, and he throws it to Monroe, can't save it. And the Rampage get one back. That didn't take long on the power play. 3 seconds was all that was needed on that power play. And the Rampage, with their second power play goal on the night, makes it 4-1. A captain's contribution from Harley Anderson. And with 6:23 to go here in the second period, the Rampage extend the lead back to 3. As the supporters are getting loud. They can taste finals. Can they finish it? Can they get themselves there? The win is good enough to secure finals for the Rampage. And Smith with his second point of the night as he's able to pick up an assist on that. There's a little scrum there in the coast zone as it's thrown over to Sobchuk. And he's able to win it back, but only for a second as the coast able to regain, but only as far as Jack Connor. He's going to throw it through the neutral zone, and that one gets kicked on by Santilli. That one's thrown and intercepted by Sobchuk, but Barnes was offside. They're arguing that he got into the offensive zone, but it didn't look like that from here. Offside is the call. We're going to bring it back to the neutral zone. .5:36 to go here in the second period. Rampage lead 4-1. As the faceoff's won back here by the coast. Rampage forechecking, and they're able to knock it away for a second, but unable to regain. But now they are. And Harley Anderson with a slap shot that gets deflected. And now the coast looking to break out through the middle, the blue line. And it's thrown to Nova Sedlak, who's able to cover up. It was Cameron Hughes who carried across the line, but unable to make anything of it as the Rampage win the faceoff. And player hits the deck as the shot's thrown on target. Nova Sedlak with a save, and the second shot is saved as well. As the Rampage look to clear their zone here. It's kept in by Goris. He throws it on and takes a weird deflection, but unable to convert. As that one comes through, and now Barnes has a one-on-one. And they're going to call him for offside as he crossed the blue line before the puck did. And we're going to come back to the neutral zone. 4:45 to go here in the second period. Sobchuk's able to intercept here in the neutral zone. Sobchuk, it's still with Sobchuk, throws it back to the slot, he shoots, and a beautiful stop there. It was a body thrown in front of it. It got to Monroe, it looked like, and he was able to stop it anyway. The Rampage, Adler tried to throw it in, but unable to find a teammate. As Adler's gonna loop it back around, he throws it over with no one there. As the Coast are gonna try and bring it across to the offensive zone. A shot there, and it doesn't get to Nova Sedlak as it goes wide. And McTaggart's able to win it back, throws it back to Jack Connor. Going to throw it over to Adler. Back to Connor. McTaggart is able to chip it on into the offensive zone. The Rampage going to try and hem him in there. They pin him to the boards, and a little scrum happens, but nothing able to be made of it. So we're going to have a face-off. 3:46 to go. As some wholesale line changes by both teams. And it's going to be Anderson and Tisch who are going to take the face-off here in the Coast defensive zone. And it's one back to Goris, who's going to use the net as a blocker. as he's going to throw it up. And it's poked away there, but only for a second, as now the Coast have an odd man rush. Thrown on goal, and Nova Sedlak with a big save, and he's going to freeze it. The calls of Novi from the BTN crew. And now the Coast have a face-off in their offensive zone, and it's won by the Rampage. Thrown over only for a second, though, as they're going to look to throw it up, and that takes a deflection up into the Coast bench. And a push and shove. Bonds asked him if he wanted to do it. And it doesn't appear that he does. Oh, pardon me, that was Spillane who asked him if he wanted to go, the coach. Who's not going to take anything from anyone, well known for being a very physical player from his time. Well known around these parts in Queensland. One of the biggest guys you will see on an ice hockey rink in this country. And that one's knocked away. And Bertosa is going to win it here. Bertosa is going to carry it across. He's going to throw it into the zone. McTaggart's going to try and get there. Goris is able to chip it away, but only for a second as McTaggart throws it back to the slot. Sobchuk, and he throws it onto Monroe, who's able to make the stop. An interesting story here tonight. The backup goalkeeper for the Coast here tonight, answering the call, is Gary Aguiar, the goalkeeper for the Brisbane Drop Bears, who plays locally here in Brisbane. He's going to be playing tomorrow night on this very sheet of ice. As it's thrown into the zone, Novi's going to knock it there for Jack Connor, who's got it behind the zone, behind the goal, pardon me, and the forecheck is broken here as a wall pass to McTaggart, but it's able to be knocked away here by the Coast, and they might try and set up their own kind of rush, but the forecheck is smothering them right now as a big hit by Santilli. McTaggart now has it. McTaggart throws across, and it's shot, and a beautiful save by Monroe. The Rampage really throwing the body around here tonight. Sobchuk's going to take it back to the corner, throws it across, but it's too much on it for Jack Connor. That one's thrown his own shot, and another save by Monroe. Santilli couldn't get it into the back of the net. And Monroe, another one. Came into this game tonight with the save percentage of .887, and it's going to drop slowly down here tonight after conceding 4, but he is well known around Australia, not only for his YouTube channel, but represented Australia at under 20s level. And the face-off is knocked loose here, and it's regained by the Coast. They're going to try and break the forecheck here, as now the Rampage are going to drop back. Carried across the red line, chucked up and into the corner. And Santilli tried to regain it, and the body's thrown there behind the net, right in front of the BTN crew, and they're loving it. As now the Coast try and hem them into the corner. As Barnes is going to try and knock it away, and he does. Only for a second, but he's able to be regained there by Smith. Already has a goal to his name tonight, and a couple assists. That one's going to get thrown up, and that's going to take a weird bounce off the top of the boards. And a collision there between Smith and, let me get a chance to see who that was. That was Ruth and Smith who collided there at the blue line. Rampage throw it behind the net there, and it's knocked away. Thrown into the slot, but able to be taken away there, and Bertosa was able to regain, but just for a second as he's able to clear the line, but it's thrown in. They got men offside, so it's just going to be some line changes. That's Sosa pass thrown up the ice, and that didn't take a touch from McTaggart. And we're going to see some icing. 43 seconds to go here in the second period. The Rampage lead 4-1 in this pivotal match. Neither side have played a bigger game all season. with big finals implications in this one. In what is turning into be one of the most heated fixtures in Australian ice hockey. The drum is pounding again behind the net. It's thrown into the slot, but it's able to be knocked away. And now here come the Rampage trying to break out on the rush. But the Coast able to cover it. But now the forecheck of the Rampage almost able to win it back. But now here come the Coast. And Sobchuk throwing the body around as now he's going to bring it across the red line with 12 seconds to go. Can he make anything of it here? Back in and a goal! Hits the post! Couldn't get the friendly bar down bounce as that one's thrown ahead, and this will end the second period. And a big period here for the Rampage as they're able to keep the lead at extend the lead to 3. And it was cut back to 2. And the lead was then extended on the power play. Only needed 3 seconds on that power play. As we see the end of the second period in this one, like I said before, Brisbane Rampage 4, the Coast Hockey Club 1. We'll be back after a short break for the third period in this one. A pivotal third period for both sides. The Coast have to find something to keep their finals hope alive. We'll be right back for the third period. third period of this one, the most important period of the so need a big period from their boys. Their bench is a little bit depleted by this point of the season, but they're going to need a big performance of the guys that are still out there as their finals hopes rest in the balance. They need a win here tonight. It doesn't matter how they do it, but anything with them failing to qualify for finals, as the Rampage are looking to just hold on this lead and keep playing the way they're playing. They've been playing quite forecheck, and this smaller sheet of ice has been helping them do that. Much more, the sheet up at Boondall that they played on last night is very close to an Olympic sheet, whereas this is more designed for short track speed skating, so it's much closer to the size that you'd see on like a game in the NHL. So the smaller space obviously equals more collisions, more physical hockey, and we getting set here to go. The goals in the second period, the Rampage were able to jump out to a 3-0 lead, leading 2-0 at the end of the first period. And then the Coast were able to get one back, and then the Rampage were able to come back on a power play, only needing 3 seconds before Harley Anderson, the captain, was able to score and cut the lead back out to 3, as the Coast are back on the ice, getting a quick little warm-up in before arguably the most important period of their club's history, as we get to go, and the ovation goes as the Rampage take the ice again. The barn is rocking, the drum is pounding, the BTN crew are in full voice, and we are getting set. For those of you who are watching at home, we thank you for joining us here on this Saturday night here in Brisbane, Australia, in Queensland, a state that is not associated, or is associated with many things. Ice and snow is not one of them, but this is quickly becoming a hockey town. And we are getting set here to go for the third period here. It's hockey night in Brisbane between the Coast Hockey Club and the Brisbane Rampage. Top lines out for both sides. And it's going to be most likely Tish and Sobchuk out to take the face-off for both sides. Both imports, Owen Sobchuk coming from Ontario, Canada. Mike Tish coming from Strongsburg, Ohio, USA. And we are set to go for the third period. We are underway as the face-off is won back. Goris throws it into the zone, and it is won there, but he's not able to find traction with his skate as he's able to as he falls over, and it's won back here by the Rampage as McTaggart's going to take it across the red line. He's got Sobchuk in the middle, throws it back to McTaggart, throws it across, and it's unable to be won there by Santilli. Couldn't get a shot on target, and now here come the Coast, 2-on-1, odd man rush. Saucer pass across the front, and it's unable to be collected. And we're going to have a penalty here. And it's going to be against Santilli, I believe. And it's going to be for a hook. And that is, in fact, the call. So the Coast with a power play here early in the third period. I'm sure that's exactly what they wanted to get underway, as they're going to need a goal early, as they need 3 in this period to keep their finals hopes alive. And I'm sure they all know that and all heard that in the dressing room between periods, this one. So it's Tish and Anderson who are going to take the face-off, and it's won by, knocked around a little bit, but the Coast able to recover it there as it's thrown across the blue line and it's knocked in. And the Rampage able to win it back, and it takes a clearance out across the blue line, so that's going to kill some precious seconds off this penalty, as they're going to try and set behind their net here. To the gears of the BTN crew there behind the net, as it's taken loose there, and Bale's going to try and recover it, but it is won back by the Coast to Goris. Goris throws it, and every time Emil Goris has touched the puck in this rig, he has heard it from the Rampage fans. And that one is thrown up, and that's going to, I thought that hit the roof, but we didn't blow it dead here. as Monroe's going to get it. You can actually see the dent where it did hit the roof, but we play on. It's taken across the red line by Goris, who throws it over to his right. And that one is blocked down by Jack Connor, but only as far as the slot. And that one's thrown in, and it's blocked. Nova Sedlak got it, and then it was thrown on net, and it looked like Adler, who was on his knees in the net trying to pretend he's a goalie to make the save. As Goris takes it. Goris throws a shot on, and it's blocked by Adler, and then it's blocked by Nova Sedlak again. And it's loose there in front. And Nova Sedlak able to keep saving it. Nova Sedlak, unbelievable from the goalie, Nicholas Nova Sedlak. The whistle's blown, a lot of pushing and shoving in front of the net, and it looks like the call's going to be frozen, I believe. 33 seconds left on the Santilli penalty. We're going to see what the call, actually it's come off its moorings is the call. So essentially the same thing as the puck being frozen. We just have a face-off in the offensive zone. As the Coast are going to look to do something here, but Nova Sedlak's just getting his stick back. And we are set to restart. 18:03 to go in the third period, as that one's won to the slot, and it's thrown on net and saved by Nova Sedlak. And it's knocked to his right. The Rampage going to keep the scrum here on the boards. Adler. And the whistle is blown dead. 21 seconds to go on the Santilli penalty now. And it's won back by Rye for the Coast, and that's thrown on net. And another beautiful save by Nova Sedlak, standing on his head. Beautiful scramble by Nova Sedlak to get to that one, and it's knocked off its moorings again. As it looked like it was, I believe that was either, I couldn't see who that was who was pushed back into the net and knocked it off its moorings. I think that might have been Jack Connor. And in fact it was. And it's won by the Coast, but it's only as far as the Rampage, as that one's thrown forward. And the 10 seconds to go on the penalty, as the Rampage able to throw it back forward. And it looks like they're going to kill off this penalty without any damage, as Santelli's back on the ice for the Rampage. Back to full strength. And it's thrown forward now. Here comes Bonds. Throws it back to the slot, but it's intercepted by Tish. And now the Coast's going to look to break something out, and that one's thrown all the way up the ice, but only as far as Bertosa. And the Coast win it back at the red line. Chopped through, and it's going to be regained by Bertosa. Now here come the Rampage, a slap shot, but the stick breaks. And he's going to go back for a new piece of lumber. And for those of you who have played ice hockey, you know that those sticks are not cheap. Thrown forward, Santilli now. He's going to try and chop it across the blue line, but it's able to be won back by the Coast, but only as far as Sobchuk, who's going to throw it to McTaggart. Who's going to try and kill some time off here. And it's back to Sobchuk. To McTaggart. He's going to take it across the line, but it's well done to be won back here by the Coast, who are going to try and break out here, but they've got it 2-on-3. And Nova Sedlak is able to make the catch. 16:02 to go here in the period, in the third period. Still 4-1. The drum is pounding. The crowd is singing as the Brisbane Rampage can taste finals ice hockey. Face-off won here by the Rampage. It's thrown around the corner to Bonds. Bonds is going to try and chop it up, and he's able to do so. But it's won back here by the Coast, who throw it in a weird deflection there, but it's going to go into the corner. And a big hit by Adler. The Rampage throwing the body around all night tonight. And Anderson with another hit there. And it's won back by the coach, Ben Spillane, who gets tripped up, appeals, and he's going to get the penalty. And it's going to go against Stuart Cole Clark. His third penalty on the season. He's going to get called up for tripping. For those of you who do not know, Ben Spillane is the head coach of the Brisbane Rampage. He's out on the ice, part of the duo of player coaches. It's Ben Spillane and Milan Novosedlak, who's dressed tonight as well. He's the backup goaltender. I talked to both of them before the game, and they said that might be part of the key to the success that they've had this weekend, is just keeping it simple. The player coaching, don't try and overthink it. And so far it's working for them. The W last night, 7-5 up in Boondall, and so far out to a 4-1 lead here on the south side of Brisbane tonight. And now here come the Rampage, going to try and break it out. They've got numbers 4-on-3. It's with McTaggart, one of the fastest skaters in the league, and he's going to take it to the corner, throws it to the slide, it's saved, and Monroe with the big save. And McTaggart gets tied up there in the corner behind the goal. You can't see who that was who got the hit on him from the coast. But it's going to be off here in the Rampage offensive zone. 14:55 to go now in the period. The Coast are going to need a goal soon. And the fake slap shot there from Sobchuk, who's going to take it back to the blue line. It's thrown for the slot. Anderson throws it on net, and a big save there by Monroe. And that's going to make it back to Novosedlak. Took a tip through, so it's not going to be icing. He's going to throw it back to the captain, Harley Anderson. Now the Rampage going to take their time here. Time is on the side of the Rampage right now. But as we know in this beautiful game, anything can happen. A 3-0 lead is never safe. Or pardon me, a 3-goal lead is never safe. It's thrown over to Adler, who's going to just catch it there in his glove and put it down. Adler's going to carry it across the red line. The big man throws it into the zone. And it's going to take a weird bounce off the back of the net. And it's going to be thrown, but only as far as Sobchuk. Sobchuk throws it there, but it's won back by the Coast, and now they're going to try and break. And a dangle there, but he gets caught up. And it's won back by the Rampage, but only as far as Goris, who throws it towards the net. Now it's in the slot, a slap shot, and a big save by Novosedlak. Point blank, big slap shot. And Novosedlak just was able to get out and cut off, give him very little angle on that slap shot. As that one's taken into the defensive zone, as the penalty is now killed off. It's over to Adler. And it's won back here by the Coast. They're going to take it behind the net in front of the BTN crew. We will let them hear it about it every time they have the puck behind the net. And it's thrown into the zone. Slap shot on target, but it's tipped over by Novosedlak, and it sounded like it got some pipe as well. Taken into the corner now. And we've got some pushing and shoving and a whistle here. We're going to see there's probably a penalty called. And it's going to go against John O'Bale. And there's a Coast player slow to get up. Good to see he's back to his feet. And the penalty's going to go against John O'Bale. And it was Ruth who got shaken up there. We'll see what the call is. Minor penalty against the Rampage. Couldn't quite see what the call was, but it's a power play nonetheless. Two minutes for roughing is the call. And now another 12:30 to go here in the game for the Coast. It's taken across the blue line. Thrown into the slot now. A nice deke there. Thrown still in the slot. Novosedlak's able to get another save on it. And it's able to be cleared. Nick Novosedlak has been playing a fantastic game here tonight. Came into tonight with an .888 save percentage, and it's only going up here tonight. Taken in the slot now, and it's able to be knocked away there by the Rampage defender. Taken into the corner now. a neat little chip there, and it looks like it's going to get caught up in the boards, and it is. Got caught up in the boards there where it opens up for Zamboni to come out. And we're going to have a face-off. 12 minutes to go here in the game. The Rampage still lead 4-1. Just over a minute left on the John O'Bale penalty. That one's knocked into the slot. And a high sticking is going to be called here. And actually, it's going to be a penalty high sticking here against Owen Sobchuk. So now it's going to be 5-on-3 for the Coast. So now a prime opportunity for the Coast to get one back here, up 5-on-3 for a minute 8. And then they'll have another 52 seconds of the power play after that, as the Rampage able to clear the zone here, so the Coast will have to bring it back out. Brought across the blue line. On the right, into the slot, but it probably should have let it go, and it didn't. Ruth thought about a slap shot, instead throws it to the corner, and Nova Sedlak didn't have to end up making the save. It got Pipers. A big hit there from both players. Appeals for a penalty from the Rampage. They're not going to get it as a slap shot gets blocked by his own man. Ruth couldn't quite get it to the net, as there's pushing and shoving in the crease now. And Nova Sedlak gets hit, and that's going to be a penalty. So pushing and shoving now in front of the net. One of the feistiest fixtures in Australian hockey, as some John it's going to be number 25 from the Coast, Mitchell Bai, who's still chirping, and they're going to be offsetting penalties, actually, it looks like. As it's Bertosa and Bai, and they're still jawing down here. So it looks like that's going to be offsetting roughing penalties. And like I said jokingly before the game, but I was being partially serious. If the game tonight was anything like last night, they were going to have to make the penalty boxes down here, and people are shuffling over on the benches here just to make room. .18 to go here in the third period. The Coast, great opportunity, like I said before, for them to get a goal back here. As the John continues down here between the two players on the bench, and that one's going to be cleared all the way back to Monroe. Or not quite, as Goris is going to regain it. Goris, he loses the puck, but is able to still get it to his man into the slot. Thrown on to Nova Sedlak, but it doesn't get to him, as it's going to go off the boards behind the goal. And desperation clearance there by Jack Connor, and it gets knocked up into the boards. And it stays in the offensive zone. Less than 10 seconds to go on the first penalty. And it's a save there, and it was deflected by Jack Connor. And another slap shot doesn't get through to him. Too much traffic in the slot for it to get through, as we got a broken stick here, and Bale is back out onto the ice now. And another slap shot doesn't get, as Nova Sedlak makes a big save. And Goris takes it across the line. Had to take it around the broken stick there. As it looks like that was Jack Connor who took that slap shot to the knee, and he's gone over to the bench quite gingerly. As Costa knocks it down to himself here. There's some, not quite sure what's going on with the lines there. As the Connor came over, they were trying to figure out who to send out in his place. And Sobchuk's penalty is over, so he's back out. So the Rampage are back to full strength, as it's won by Bonds, who tries to throw it to the slot, but too much traffic gets it back to the slot, but Santilli can't capitalize. And it's going to make its way back to Adler, as the clock ever keeps ticking down, which is not in the favor of the Coast. As it's going to take a weird bounce off that broken piece of lumber that's still on the ice. It's poked away. Slap shot gets to Nova Sedlak, and he makes another beautiful save. Now Sabchuk's going to try and take it across the red line. He's got a man on, and he's going to take some sticks. Appeals for a penalty from the Rampage supporters, but they're not going to get one. And now Ruth gets put into the boards by Santilli, and Barnes gives him another one for his troubles. As it's going to come into the offensive zone now. Santilli's going to chase him behind the net, but he's going to bring him back. Can't quite get it as it's going to be regained by the Rampage. 8:51 to go here. And the Coast are going to need a goal back quite quickly if they want any hopes of making finals. But as we know in this game, anything can happen. And goals can happen quickly, and there's going to be a high sticking called. Don't believe it'll be a penalty high sticking, just a restart. As Bertosa and Bai are going to head back to the benches now as their roughing penalties are offsetting. The roughing penalties have expired. And it's going to come down to the Rampage offensive zone. The drum is pounding, the crowd is hot. 8:35 to go. The face-off is won here by the Rampage. It's thrown into the slot, but nothing can happen with it, as now the Coast are going to try and break out as Costa takes it across the blue line. And delayed offside, but nothing's going to happen as Adler, some pushing and shoving between Adler and Bai. Adler asks him if he wants to have a go, and he's going to get called for a penalty, and this barn is going wild as Bai is getting absolutely fed it to him as he comes down to the bench, and Adler is still jawing at him. And the discipline could end up coming back to cost them, as that is the last thing that they need right now is to go down a man. Bai with his second penalty in the last 5 minutes. He just came back on the ice actually, and he goes right back to the penalty box. It actually looks like some supporters might have taken their seats there where the penalty box is, because Bai is standing. And another big hit there in the corner, and the player is still down. And it's going to come back to him, and the Coast player is down there in the corner, and he looks very shaken up. And the Coast bench is not happy about it. He took a big hit there in the corner. The trainer's going to come back out. We hope he's okay. As soon as I see the number of the player, I'll let you know. He's back up to his feet. That's always a good sign to see. He's going to make it back to the bench. It looked like he might have just taken a shot to the face. So it's going to be a face-off in the zone. And Santilli's asking his man if he wants to go, and we might have something here off this face-off. Some jawing there between Santilli and Goris. And nothing comes of it as the face-off is won back by the Rampage on the power play here. As it's thrown towards net, Monroe with a save there, and it's going to come back behind the net. It gets taken around to Sabchuk. He throws it across the point. Back to Sabchuk. He wins it back with his skate down. Here comes Costa with a good steal. Pardon me, it was not Costa with the steal, and Nova Sedlak with a big save knocks it behind the net. And the Rampage win it back and calls for another penalty, and it's not given, but here come the Rampage across the red line. It's with Sabchuk. He's going to throw it to Holly Anderson in the slot. Anderson, but the shot goes wide. And Bonds takes the hit up in the corner. Thrown over to in the corner, and his shot, he scores! Jordy McTaggart could be the goal that sends the Rampage to finals. 5-1 with 7 minutes to go. And the hats are being thrown into the net. Jordy McTaggart with his hat trick tonight. Not much space to get the hats up over the net onto the ice, but they're throwing them into him. The VTN crew is going absolutely wild right now. 5-1, 7:18 to go, and that could be the dagger that sees the Coast missing out on finals. A lot of work to do now. That's their third power play goal of the night for the Rampage. The Spillane's gonna take it here. As the Coast are gonna bring it through the neutral zone, but it's knocked down. And it's won back by Barnes. No offside. Anthony Barnes in on goal, but a great save by Monroe. And the Coast bench is fired up by that one. Oh, and it's lost here into the slot. Shot, Novosedlak, beautiful save. Nick Novosedlak has been flashing the leather all night. .6:36 to go here tonight. The Rampage with a 5-1 lead in their final home game of the season. This barn is packed. This barn is rocking for the final time this season. Potentially final time this season. Things can still happen that would see the Rampage finishing second and hosting a final, but a lot of dominoes need to fall into place for that to happen. The Sobchuk's now going to take it. Sobchuk showing the dangles. He's beaten one. He's beaten two, throws it to the slot. Oh, and it's thrown back to the slot, and Monroe was beaten, but the man was not there. I believe that was Speck. And it's won back here by the Coast. And it's regained by Sobchuk. Goris in the slot gets a shot through, but doesn't make it to Novosedlak. He's going to re-win it back here. He's going to try and take it across the blue line. The Belgian leading from the back gets a shot on target, and Novosedlak with another save. .5:45 to go here, potentially. And a penalty is called, and it's going to be Owen Sobchuk coming to the penalty box again. And with that one, he overtakes Derry Adlow on penalty minutes. The most penalized player on the Rampage this season. And the Rampage are just going to clear it up. Another power play. Could this be the moment the Coast need to spark something? They need 4 in a span of 5.5 minutes. And a weird bounce sees it come in front of Monroe, who doesn't even flinch. And a nice dangle there, takes it across the blue line. And a shot on target, but Novosedlak gets the stick on it. And Anderson is going to try and just poke it up. And Goris regains. Anderson follows him into the zone. So you might be able to hear the crowd is absolutely, every time Emil Goris has the puck, the crowd absolutely feeds it to him. As it's regained here by Tish. Passes over to Cole Clark. Throws it forward. And it's knocked away by Harley Anderson, able to get it up. Bale, who's giving chase now. And it's thrown back over to Cole Clark. And it's knocked away by Bale, but only for a second. And McTaggart's able to win it back. And it's won back by Cole Clark. Only as far as Bertosa. And McTaggart's going to just chuck it up, and it's knocked down to the goalkeeper. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the game. As McTaggart's able to poke it loose here on the shorthand. Killing off more time here as there's about 20 seconds to go here in the penalty, it seems. It's taken behind the net now. Thrown forward. And it's poked away. Speck, a menace on the forecheck here tonight for the Coast to deal with. But it's taken across in the offensive zone. He throws, and Novosedlak saw that the whole way, and that's taken a weird bounce up and off the roof behind the net, and that one's probably bounced all the way back to the dressing room. 11 seconds to go here on the power play. 3:55 here to go. And the Rampage just under 4 minutes away from securing themselves a spot in the finals. As every second ticks by, the Coast see their finals chances fading into black. There's a shot thrown, but it's knocked away by Connor, who's recovered from taking that knock to his knee earlier. And Connor chases him to score as the Rampage are now back to full strength. Goris thought about the one-timer, but thought better of it. Takes it back to the corner. And it's thought it was going to be won back by Adler, but Goris did a great job to keep it. As Sobchuk going to throw it forward. Line changes for the Rampage, as the Coast will make some line changes as well. And they're going to bring it up into the offensive zone now. Through the slot, but it gets knocked away. Now here comes Barnes, who retains it, who throws it up to Speck, who can't keep it into the blue line. And a big hit there by Santilli, but he's able to keep his feet as it's back to Adler. And it's Sobchuk who throws it forward for Barnes, but he can't get there. It's just in front of him. And now the Coast tried a board pass there, but couldn't quite get it. 2 minutes 39 to go here in the game. The Coast are going to need something special from this point. And a delayed penalty is called here against the Rampage, against Jack Connor. And Speck's going to touch it up, so it's going to be a slashing call, and this Bond cannot believe it. Looked like some pushing and shoving from both sides, but the referee's going to say it's going against Bertosa. So another power play here for the Coast. 5-1 is the score with 2:27 to go here on the clock. By the time this penalty's killed, there'll be 27 seconds left in the game. In 2:27, the Coast need 4 goals to keep their final hopes alive. It's thrown back to Cole Clark. Or pardon me, Goris, in fact. And it's thrown over. Back to Goris. Thought about the slap shot, but instead throws it to the right side, but it's unable to be collected. It's come over Goris, and every time he touches the puck, I know I've said it a few times, but this ball is feeding it to him. As Connor's going to get caught up in a scrum. And we've got a call here. We'll see what it is. And it might just be a face-off. And in fact, that's what it's going to be. 1:32 on the penalty and 1:56 here to go in the game. With every second, the Coast see their finals hopes slipping into the Brisbane night. There's one back to Kopp. It took a weird bounce, but Nova Sedlak's able to get the low left blocker to it. As he is getting the adulation from this Brisbane crowd. Slap shot through, doesn't make it. And that's another broken piece of lumber as the stick tab keeps climbing here tonight. Sobchuk flashing the dangles. And he's going to just take it around. Owen Sobchuk is so much fun to watch with the stick on, with the puck on his stick. 1:20 to go. As the Coast are going to bring it up, and this crowd's going to get loud here in this last minute, as they know finals are seconds away from being clinched. 70 seconds to be exact. There's a tie up in the corner here. And it's lost in the slot. Nova Sedlak with a big save again. And this puck's going to get frozen with 59 seconds to go. And it looks almost insurmountable at this point. 59 seconds to go. They need 4 goals in inside a minute. As it's taken back here to Braden Costa, who's going to throw it forward. Shot on target, but Nova Sedlak saw it the whole way. Thought about a wraparound. Had it covered. At the blue line, throws it over to Costa. He's got to shoot something now. Throws it on Nova Sedlak with a save, and the rebound is unable to be deflected in. 35 seconds to go. 33 seconds to go now. Pushing and shoving here in front of the penalty box as Bertosa's ready to come back on, and he does. The penalty is killed as the Rampage can feel it. 20 seconds away from finals. It's a pushing and shoving and a slash there, and that is just desperation from the coast. There's some pushing and shoving. Goris and Bale want to go. And the penalty's somehow going to go against Bale. I have no idea how that's going against Bale. The slash came from Costa. The penalty's going to Bale. But at this point, it won't matter. 15 seconds to go. 5-1 is your score, and it looks like unless the Coast are able to get something in net here, that'll be the final with 15 seconds to go. And the barn's getting loud with 10 seconds to go. The Rampage can feel it. Nova Sedlak posted away. 4 seconds away. 3, 2, and the Brisbane Rampage are headed to finals. As the Coast season ends here in Brisbane, they've got 2 more games against Brisbane down in Gosford on next weekend. But those will just be for consolation points and for the Coast, but they look to play spoiler as the Rampage have it all to play for next weekend, depending on the results of the last 3 games between the Melbourne Ducks and the Adelaide Avalanche. Just for seeding at this point. But the Rampage know it. They're in finals. A great result for them tonight. As we are wrapped up here in Brisbane, thank you for joining us. The score as it stands here at the final, the Brisbane Rampage 5, the Central Coast Hockey Club 1. We thank you for joining us here tonight. I've been Lachlan Eels. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.